On the evening of July 4, 2025, the skies above Washington, D.C. transformed into a dazzling kaleidoscope of color as one of the nation's most spectacular Independence Day fireworks displays ignited over the National Mall, captivating tens of thousands of spectators who gathered to celebrate America's 249th birthday. From the base of the Washington Monument to the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, crowds of families, veterans, tourists, and locals assembled with picnic blankets, folding chairs, and flags, creating a festive mosaic of red, white, and blue. The event was highlighted by a breathtaking 30-minute pyrotechnic performance, choreographed to a medley of patriotic music, including the Star-Spangled Banner, America the Beautiful, and Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture. The thunderous booms of fireworks echoed through the Capitol, while vivid bursts of light illuminated historic landmarks and drew awestruck cheers from the audience. President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump observed the show from the South Lawn of the White House, while millions watched across the nation on television and streaming platforms. Earlier in the day, the city hosted its annual National Independence Day Parade along Constitution Avenue, featuring marching bands, military units, colorful floats, and cultural performers, symbolizing the diversity and unity of the American people. A naturalization ceremony at George Washington's Mount Vernon welcomed over 100 new citizens from more than 90 countries, many of whom later joined the celebrations, embodying the very spirit of inclusion and freedom the day commemorates. The Capitol Fort concert, broadcast live by PBS, provided the perfect lead-in to the fireworks, with performances by the Beach Boys, the Temptations, and rising American artists, energizing the crowds with a mix of nostalgic hits and patriotic ballads. Despite the jubilant atmosphere, the holiday was also marked by reflections on ongoing national tensions. Some demonstrators carried signs and chanted slogans near Lafayette Square, calling attention to civil liberties, racial justice, and environmental protection, highlighting the dynamic nature of American democracy, where celebration and protest can exist side by side. Law enforcement maintained a visible yet restrained presence, and the event remained largely peaceful, with no major incidents reported. Throughout the city, local businesses capitalized on the influx of visitors, selling patriotic-themed merchandise, street food, and souvenirs. Meanwhile, city officials issued repeated safety advisories about the dangers of illegal fireworks. In the D.C. region, aerial and explosive fireworks are banned for personal use, and only sparklers and ground-based novelties are legal. The warnings were well-founded. In 2024, approximately 14,700 firework-related injuries were recorded nationwide, along with at least 11 fatalities, according to Consumer Product Safety Commission. Officials noted that fireworks can reach temperatures of over 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit, with even sparklers posing burn risks to children and pets. Moreover, this year's display occurred against a backdrop of economic concerns for the professional fireworks industry, which relies heavily, almost exclusively, on Chinese imports. Due to new tariffs ranging from 25% to 145% imposed under recent trade policies, pyrotechnics companies have reported soaring costs, sparking fears that future celebrations, including the highly anticipated 250th anniversary of U.S. independence in 2026, could face significant challenges. Industry leaders are lobbying the government for exemptions or subsidies, warning that local governments and event planners may not be able to afford the elaborate shows that communities have come to expect. In response to these financial and environmental pressures, some cities across the country are exploring alternatives, such as drone light shows, laser displays, and music-based events that don't involve traditional explosives. These alternatives are especially welcomed by veterans suffering from PTSD, pet owners concerned about noise trauma, and environmental advocates worried about air and water pollution caused by firework residue. Still, in the nation's capital, tradition triumphed. This year's fireworks were seen as an essential symbol of national pride, resilience, and unity. Among the many voices heard that day was that of Imani Merriam, a 24-year-old visitor from Chicago who stood on the mall gazing upward and said, "Was it worth the trip? Absolutely. I've never felt this close to history." Equally moved was Robbie Lanier, a street caricature artist who has worked every 4th of July for the past decade. "I live in the United States of America," he said while sketching a cartoon version of Sonic the Hedgehog for a laughing child. What else can I do but celebrate its birthday? Moments like these, framed against the explosive finale of cascading fire, gold willows, and shimmering strobes, encapsulated the essence of the day, honoring not only the birth of the United States, but also the continued journey of a complex, evolving, and hopeful nation. As the final salvo echoed into the warm summer night and smoke drifted over the reflecting pool, the crowd slowly dispersed, many still singing or humming along to patriotic tunes, leaving behind a litter of picnic remains and cherished memories. Cleanup crews moved in, restoring the historic ground by morning, ready to prepare again for next year's even bigger celebration, the semi-quincentennial. As D.C. now turns its attention to 2026, the 250th anniversary of independence, this year's celebration served as both a grand spectacle and a heartfelt reminder of what Independence Day is truly about. Not only fireworks and festivity, but freedom, remembrance, and a shared belief in a more perfect union.